Hello everybody, Danny Shay here on a Wednesday. How y'all doing? All right, so today what I want to read on is the comet. I want to read on the woman from the European Union, Ursula von der, hang on one second, von der Leyen, Ursula von der Leyen. She may have been the woman that I was picking up in the reading yesterday in the September energies. And then I also want to read on the Trump. I don't know, people saying, is he alive? Is he dead? He didn't look like he was that engaged in that last Tuesday meeting. And there's still people who say, all those people in that meeting were dressed in the same clothes as another previous meeting. So there's still rumors going on about that. Apparently he had a meeting with Poland today, and I caught a little bit of the live stream from YouTube. Can't watch half. I can only watch it in little bits. So it looks like, he's staying alive. They're keeping him pumped up with drugs and whatever. Certainly, mentally, he's just gone. He's gone. So anyway, I want to read on the meeting between Russia, China, and North Korea. And if Trump is such good buddies with all of them, why wasn't he invited? Could he even travel that far? With his health system, they may say, no, you can't travel anymore. And he's probably going, well, can I travel in my golf cart? No. All right, let's look into the comment. This is the second time I've recorded this because the last one disappeared into the ethers. Lovely. I am using my contact cards here. I haven't used these in a long time, so I may need to rely on some cheat sheets. At the base of the deck is the Lyra card, and this card represents our parents. So with this deck, as well as my clarifying deck, the Galactic Heritage deck, both of these decks talk about source energy. And from source energy, we have fragmented into different star systems. And those fragmentations bring us the Lyrans, bring us Sirius, bring us Orion, bring us Earth. And in that separation, the journey is for us to come back to source after we figure out and experience contrast and polarity. Sometimes the polarity gets too deep, like where we are right now. And so, but once we figure that out and we start moving back to unification and finding out that we're all one with source, that's the end of the journey. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. So what I want to look at is this comet that's coming through, getting really close to us. Now, this comet is called 3I Atlas, which is such a weird name. Couldn't they call it Bob? Or Sue? Anyway. It's also known as C/2025N1. Still like Sue. And it's previously known as A11PL3Z. Please. Okay. It's an interstellar comet discovered by Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. That's where they get Atlas. And what scares me is the last alert system. Y'all are gonna die for entertainment purposes only. And this is your last alert. Okay. So that system is in Chile. All right. So it's going to come really close to the sun. And I've read that some people are thinking of shooting a rocket up, seeing if they can get some information from it. So I was thinking, because we are becoming, there's going to be a big shift in consciousness that little blue men in green robes are all among us, those guys. They're all among us, and that we are part of them. I think the disclosure that everybody's talking about, a big part of it is going to be within ourselves. Oh yeah, that we are part of a star system, star lineage, and we're going to get that more and more and more. There are two people that I know that do star seed astrology. It's amazing, but it just gives you star names, and then you have to do all this research. It's really cool. Ursula does that over at Ascension Playground, and Imology does that. But I'm not sure if she has her website set up. But Anne Marie over at Imology, she does them. Anyway, so what I want to look at is what information are we going to could we potentially get from this comet that's coming very close to our solar system, coming close to our sun. So, as I said, I am using the contact cards, and let's see what we get. I'm going to drop this down. You can take a look at where I am. So what we have here is we have a 5-card spread. This is the seeker, conditions, messages from the comet, the process of how we're going to get them, and then the outcome. What is the message? Okay, so let's see what we get. The first card, the seeker. Ooh, the space station. Interesting. This is source energy, right? This is where, if you're on a space station and you're going out to do research, this is where it starts in space, the station, to send little pods out. Up in Shasta, some of the big lenticular clouds are space stations hidden behind the clouds. Some of them are just huge spaceships. But they send feelers out to get more information. Okay, the conditions that we're in right now, wow, is the supernova. Things are going to be coming at us really, really fast. As if that is a surprise. Think time is flying by so fast. All right, the messages from the guides. Oh, Anunnaki. So the Anunnaki is another source card. So when, kind of fun, when the Lyrans, they're like the parents. They're like, when they split from source energy and says, let's experience contrast and a little polarity. They used to live thousands and thousands of years. But when they split, they found out, one of the splits was the Anunnaki, they found out that their lifespan was getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So they came to Earth, and they were using this golden elixir. Let me lift this up so you don't have to stare at the cards. They were using this golden elixir from their planet, made out of real gold, that would extend their life. But, as it turns out, they were running out of gold. So they came to Earth, and they go, ooh, lots of gold here. Probably came to California. Lots of gold. So let's mine some gold. But it was hard. And they saw all these ape-like creatures, and they go, why don't we get the ape-like creatures to do that? So they put some of their DNA into these ape-like creatures, and that's who we are, right? And they use them to mine the gold. However, these ape-like humanoid creatures said, hey, I'm getting tired of being your slave. Sound familiar? And they kind of revolted a little bit. So anyway, long story short, the Anunnaki, they were part of the seedings of Earth. Okay, so we have source energy, we have parent energy, and we have founding energy, the founders energy type thing. Let me see what the origin, the key word for this is origin. Okay, so messages from the guide. So far, the messages that I'm getting is that we got a lot of source information coming to us, a lot of new information that takes us back to, hey, you guys are off the path. That's what I'm getting. Let me keep dropping it down and see where we go from here. Okay, so up at the top, this is the process that is going to come to us. Okay, Uranus. And Uranus, it's coming through our unconsciousness. So during the retreat in Julian, people were talking about indigo kids, the indigo generation, where they're more in tune, they're more aware. And that came after the baby boomers. And I miss that completely. I mean, I'm like, what is indigo? What's an indigo child? Well, it's basically, I think I have to go back and look at it again, born in the early 60s. So, and they're really psychic, they're really aware, they're a little bit of rebels, that kind of thing. They overindulge in drugs. And I go, I could have been an indigo child. We're so linear, we're so into our linear thinking. But, and then there was the telepathy tapes that I talked about in the last, in yesterday's show too. So we're getting information from Uranus in our sleeping state, in our dream state, in our unconsciousness. So, and it's all founding energy. Okay, what else? And the last is the outcome, and we get Chiron or Chiron. And this is the transition card. We are moving into a transition. It is so powerful, this transition that we're going through right now. But there's a lot of source energy that we can get. We can get parental energy. We can get origin energy. We can get, what is space station again? Source energy. We're going to get a lot of creative information coming up. And it has nothing to do with politics or this time stream. Nothing. So it's going to be exciting. Buckle up. This comet is going to give us, and you know, the interesting thing about this is it's coming in during our sleep state, during our meditation states, during our lucid dreaming states. So meditate, jump into journeys a lot. I am going to put this section on my journey channel because that's a non-political channel, and I think this is really important, what we're looking at right now. and what we're going to be feeling right now. So, yay, yay, yay. Okay, let's move on to politics. Come on now, come on. Hang on. Okay, I want to read on Ursula von der Leyen's. I hope I pronounced her name right. Ursula. She is the president. Is that correct? European. What is it? I don't know if what her title is, but she is one of the top officials of the European Union. Let me just leave it like that. And she just made a trade deal with Pumpkinhead, and it was interesting. I heard him talking today, and he was talking about this trade deal, and he goes, "We made this beautiful deal, blah, 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 blah." And the European Union goes, "We don't know. We don't know if it's true or not. I mean, it's not solid. They always are changing things. So we really have no authority in the world anymore. Our word just doesn't matter," which is horrific to me, because words do matter. And if you give somebody your word, you better stick to it. But Trump is on his way out, and mentally, he doesn't even know what he's saying, in my opinion. For entertainment only, that's not very entertaining. But speaking of entertaining, say hello to Psychic Duck, everybody. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. So what's going on, Psychic Duck? Oh, nothing. Just kind of floating in my pond. You getting all invested in what's going on with the comet? Oh, yeah. I've been meditating on that. I can't wait. Where do you think you're from? What planet? I'm from the moon. The moon? Shh. Don't tell anybody. Moon. You're not from the moon. It's not from the moon. Okay. The European Union. What is this? What are they thinking? Mark Rutte said, "Oh, hell no. We are going to step it up." And the weird thing, oh God, this just drives me nuts, because the U.S. is not stepping up to supply weapons, which I don't like that at all. The European Union is stepping up, and Germany is making this huge factory to make more bombs. And I go, oh, well, what do you use more bombs for? You use more bombs for more wars. Maybe that's the information we're going to get from this comet. You guys are being stupid. Psychic Duck just laughed. Took you long enough to figure that out, right? Yeah, it did. Okay. Ursula. What? Just give me a 411 on this. Russia jamming the GPS, where you had to use maps to land your plane. Mark Rutte, Ursula, what are you guys? Just what's going on with that? What do we need to know? Ooh, illumination, sun. In this deck, I'm using my Tarot Grand Lux. This deck, that sun card does not look like a little boy playing or a little girl riding naked on a horseback. This looks kind of serious. This is, we're bringing it. We're bringing the illumination. Get ready. There was some dancing a little bit, but Four of Swords. This is a death card. This is a retreat card. This is not a good card for people who are alive. We get the moon card at the base. Let me drop this down so y'all can play along if you choose to. We get the moon card, so Ursula, European Union. What is going on? Secrets coming to light. Secrets coming to light. Yikes. With the ending of something. Balancing trade. Two of coins. At the top of the reading, we get the Ten of Swords. This was very reminiscent of my reading yesterday. And potential near future, new emotional start, Ace of Cups. So that was definitely new. Okay. So as the European Union says, we need to band together because we got stabbed in the back by the US, is what I'm hearing. They have a lot of information that they're going to bring out when somebody is not standing on its own 2 feet. A lot of secrets coming out about the Emperor. Still standing, getting beat up a little bit. Let's see who that Emperor is later. Well, it could be the King of Coins, Hopes and Fears. King of Coins is the Trump card that I have, but it's also the Emperor card, and the final outcome is 7 of Coins. They're in harvest mode, they're in review mode. All these coins look very healthy compared to another deck that I have that look very, very broken. So there is abundance here. There is a harvest here with the European Union. They are stepping up. They are becoming unified. And they're bringing more and more people and putting them in the basket. More and more countries putting them in the basket. We have the Six of Wands. This is a winner card. Celebration. And we have the Ten of Cups. The family, comfortable family card. Completion card. The European Union. They got stabbed in the back, but they're going to do really, really well. And I think they got some secrets that they're letting out with this moon card and this sun card, this illumination. At the base of the reading is the fighting, is the devil. It's the Ten of Coins, the hoarding, and a new way of looking at things after a Tower moment. Okay, so I think they already feel the Tower moment. And I think the fighting is ended a little bit with this. I mean, the big battles, they go, oh my God, we think that the tariffs are just, that's horrible. And they got all upset. And now it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. They don't mean anything. Just like, what was it that I read with, the tariffs. Oh, speaking of the tariffs, well, they're going back to, the judge said, hey, these are illegal. Trump says we're going to take it to the Supreme Court. Okay, they take it to the Supreme Court. Who knows what's going to go on there because that is so politicized. I still feel Amy Coney Barrett maybe something that will give us some hope so it's not so politicized. But maybe I'm dreaming. But if it goes to the Supreme Court, we don't know what they're going to do, but the Supreme Court say, oh yeah, the president does have the authority to impose tariffs, even though it's against, that's Congress's job. But if the Supreme Court says, yeah, it's illegal for the president to do that, Trump will just take it to the Congress and have them change the law. So, it's just all this flux, and the business leaders are going, we need stability. But right now, the stability is in the instability. We're in an upside down world. The stability is in the instability. Okay, so I want to see who that emperor was internally. Was that Pumpkinhead? We're talking about the EU. Was it Mark? Who is the emperor? I don't feel Mark Rutte is the emperor. I think he's the king of wands. He brings information in. Who is the emperor in that reading internally? Kind of feels like it was Trump, doesn't it? Who is the emperor? Let's do 3, see if we can get some clarity. Well, if the emperor was the one with the 4 swords, laying down, sick, retreat, non-alive, that would make some women celebrate. Oh, and then the Epstein victims are coming out. We have the 4 of Pentacles, tightening the belt, holding on to things. Who is that emperor? Knight of Wands, giving information. So far I'm not getting Fool, new journey, worry about it, and then the Tower moment. Let me drop this down. So who is the emperor? So we have the 3 of Cups, emotional star information coming with holding on to our finances. This sounds like, the tariffs and Trump, but happy news coming with the Knight of Wands. Going on a new journey, some people are going to be worried, and it's going to happen relatively quick. Whatever this Emperor card is, sure sounds like Trump to me. So you guys make your own mind up. You can throw the cards on that, see what it is. Okay. What else do I want to read on? I have one more. Oh, yeah. China, Russia, and the UK. One of the questions that was asked that I heard during the live news conference where, Trump gives such projection. So he was talking about Biden being pumped up and kicked up with drugs. And that's what's going on with this guy. Half the time he's falling asleep. That's what happened on that Tuesday meeting. His eyes were kind of closed. What do you think about all the rumors on the internet that you're dead? I didn't hear it. But he's always on the internet. So, it's just a lie, but he could hardly talk. Now, he seemed like he couldn't shut up. All right. So, China, North Korea, and Russia. How does this affect the U.S.? Doesn't feel good, does it? How does this affect the U.S.? Still with the Light Seers Tarot, I get the Fool card. If I get a bunch of repeating cards, let's see, I got the Tower, Sun, that's a new one, Page of Cups, getting cut off at the knees almost. Something that's in the past. Are they coming in with some kind of strike here? They're forming a a new journey. Things are gonna crumble. Ace of Wands and the Hangman, looking at things from another point of view. How does this affect the U.S.? I think we're going to have to look at things from a different point of view from now on. Here we have the internal position, the King of Pentacles, Trump, with the heavy burden, Ten of Wands. Hopes and fears is that we can get a new deal made with some of these countries, because he goes, I haven't even worked on China yet, blah, blah, blah. Then we have the devil, the manipulation. So China, Russia, and the UK are just plain Pumpkinhead for a fool. For the fool. Okay. We have the wish card. Not we. It's their wish card and the Knight of Cups. So what they're going to do from this reading, what I would, if I was advising anybody in the pumpkin patch, I would say these guys are coming up, that these three countries are coming up with a strategy that's going to crush the U.S. economy. It's going to send a lightning bolt to them, and it's going to make us look at things in a whole different light, upside down. We're being manipulated, and they are going to come to us with a sweetheart deal. Oh yes, dear leader, you are so good, you are so kind. Okay, so with that lovely reading, let's ask if they will succeed in this. So they're banding together to create a tower moment for the U.S. Will they succeed? They're coming together to create a tower moment, according to the cards, and things can always change. It's just energy. You know, if Pumpkinhead dies, for entertainment purposes only, then then they're dealing with Vance, and still the regime that hasn't changed, because it's not Pumpkinhead that's running things. It's Stephen Miller, it's Peter Thiel, it's J.D. Vance. Okay. Will this succeed? What they're doing, what I just read. We have the Hierophant, the higher order of things. We have things moving fast. Oh, there's my Comet card. And we have the Lovers. So what I can read this a couple different ways. The MAGA people, this is my card for MAGA, are going to get news coming really fast that are going to take them up into a higher vibration that's going to lead them to a higher realization of where they are. Or I could read that this higher authority is coming very fast and these three countries are forming a big partnership. Let's keep going with this. Look at it from a different point of view. Death and Rebirth card with new information that's coming. So what is, will they succeed? they're going to come out a little bit better than I think they, well, number one, if this is all financial, which doesn't seem like it because there's no money cards in here, but it feels like they're coming in together with a partnership that is, they're just looking at it from a different point of view. It's not going to happen. This says it's happening right away. This says it's not happening right away. But this death and rebirth, is it a slow death rebirth? And they're coming in with new information that is light and energetic. Light, energetic, energetic. So it seems to be moving fairly fast, and even when you look at this card in the underneath the hood, it's like energetic. It's like this card, explosion of the rebirth. Okay, let's dig into this energy here. What is this energy that we're looking at right now? This new energy of rebirth, partnership, looking at things from a different point of view. What is this encountering? What are we doing here? What new information are we looking at? Is it new partnerships? What are we doing? What is it? I see her dipping her hand in this hanged man, dipping her hand in the water, in these geometric shapes of rebirth. Here's the 8, the rebirth, the rebirth. Okay. Five of coins, loss. It's about the trade deficits. Oh, look at that. 9 of coins, abundance. They, China and Russia and probably North Korea are tired of the loss. They have natural resources, and I hate that term because, they should be replenished. It's a give and take. It's just not something to take, natural resources. But they do have this abundance, and they're going to be a little isolated with it. And we have lost 5 of cups. I think this is all about the tariffs and them saying, how do we figure this out? Another 4 of swords with the King of Wands on strength. They're coming up with that was laying out of the deck, Knight of Coins. Just leave that off of here. They're coming up with another plan. And if this is Mark Rutte, the King of Wands, then he's going to be, or there's going to be a new king that's coming in with strength from this 4 swords energy, this laying down, this retreat energy of some king. So, I think, okay, from what I'm hearing, someone is doing that, the death rebirth card, and there's going to be a new order in how we are dealing with the world. It's just not transactional, it's going to be something a little different that is, I'm hoping with the Lover's card, that is going to be more compassionate and working together. We talk about how China is their human rights, the abuses that they have in China on human rights issues. But we're not so squeaky clean either. I mean, look what we do to the migrant workers. I mean, we pay them crap and have them live in really crappy places. We're not squeaky clean. But guess what? As I cut the deck, death and rebirth and justice. So, wait for the comment. That's all I can say. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you everybody. Thank you Psychic Duck for sitting on my cup. Thank you, and thank you guys for believing in me. Please like if you choose. Please subscribe if you choose. And if you don't, thanks anyway. Peace and love.